So this question says, find the equation of the ellipse with center at 4, -2, vertex at -1, -2, and focus at 7, -2. So I think I'd like to actually visualize this. Let's go ahead and graph it on Desmos and see what we can see. So we've got the center at 4, -2. Let's call that the center. You see that? We have a vertex at -1, -2. That's our vertex. So what is our span in the x direction? Let's count it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Our span in the x direction is 5. So that's a pretty good start. We know our general form for an ellipse will be x minus h squared over something plus y minus k squared over something equals 1. We showed that our span in the x direction, again, just to make sure you're clear, so the number that's going to go down there squared, representing our span in the x direction. From the center to the vertex, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So our span in the x direction is 5, so it'll be x minus h squared over 5 squared plus y minus k squared over something. Now we know the center is 4, -2, so it's x minus 4 squared now over 25, plus y minus -2, so y plus 2 squared over something equals 1. We have to figure out that something, and the focus is what's going to enable us to figure out that something. Well, what do we know? What do we know? Well, we also know that our focus is at 7, -2. So the other vertex, remember we said the span here was 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the other vertex will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It'll be at 9, -2. So I've got two vertices there. And you'll recognize that the focus lives on the major axis. So the span in x has got to be greater than the span in y. So that tells me that the thing over the x will be a squared. And this will be b squared because that's smaller, because the focus is on the major axis. And then what does our equation tell us with the focus? C squared equals a squared minus b squared. What is c? Let's figure out what c is from looking at our graph. C is the distance from the center to the focus. Let's count it. 1, 2, 3. C is just 3. 1, 2, 3. So I get 3 squared. Is a squared is what? A squared is 25 minus b squared. So 9 is 25 minus b squared. B squared is 25 minus 9. B squared is 16, which, okay, fine, b is plus or minus 4. But we really want to get to b squared is 16 to give me my equation that I'm looking for. So once I have that, I can recognize that we have x minus 4 squared over 25 plus y plus 2 squared over 16 equals 1. And let's go to Desmos and see if that fits what we're asking. So we have our vertices, we have our center. We're going to try x minus 4 squared over 25 plus y plus 2 squared over 16 equals 1. And you can see this number is 1, 2, 3, 4. Right, there's your span in y is 4. There's your points on the minor axis, 4, -6, and 4, 2, if I had asked that. Length of the minor axis is 8. Length of the major axis is 10. The other focus would be back 3, 1, 2, 3. That would be at 1, -2, if you want to find the other focus as well. And we see that. We have our two foci, we have our center. Remember, of course, that the distance, right? The distance from here to here is 2. Distance from here to here is what? Let's see. Looks like it's 7 plus 1 more is 8. So 2 plus 8 is 10. And you'd hope that if we would take this distance from here to here and there to there, is there a way for us to see us? 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. Sure enough, 3, 4, 5. That's 5, and that's 5. So that is also 5 plus 5 is 10, which of course is the easiest kind of Pythagorean triple for us to come up with. That's why that does continue to show up.